everybody. Welcome back to a Monday stream. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. We are live on Twitch, soon to be live on YouTube as well in a multi-stream fashion, but right now we're just live on Twitch until we get caught up. And then we'll have a formalized schedule, which I will make clear to everybody which days, what times, and then you'll be able to adjust accordingly and come hang out. And yeah. We have a great selection of videos today. It's going to be fantastic. We have a great selection all week. So go ahead, follow the channel, subscribe, everything. Gosh, let me get through the rigmarole really quick. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Whether you're watching this on the VOD, on YouTube, or right now, I hope you're having a good day, good night, good morning, whatever. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. If you'd like to request your own videos, you like what you see, you want to have your own on there that maybe you want us to react to, maybe you want us all to learn more about, go ahead and join one of the requesting tiers, series, or season. If you just want, I like to think of it like this. It's like a monthly movie ticket, just so you can watch the longer form content that's being requested by the other tiers. And that way you get access to the website, you're in the back end, and you get to watch everything that's being requested. It's very cool. So go ahead and join today, toddreacts.com. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Todd Reacts. We are very close to 12,000 subscribers. Crazy number. We're over 1,000 videos, which is, I don't know what's a more crazy number, honestly. Probably 1,000 videos in just over 3 years. That's quite a grind. I've been on quite a grind. It's been super fun. I hope you join along. Right now, actually, is a good time to bring this up. If you are not subscribed, which an overwhelming majority of you in April were not, 85% basically, those watching the videos were not subscribed on YouTube. It's free. It's easy. Go ahead and create an account today. What's cool about it is you get to get a feed of all the channels you subscribe to, the content creators you enjoy, and you never miss a video because you just click on that and it shows everything that's been posted in order of when it was posted. So you can literally just scroll, oh yeah, I saw that video. So everything from there on up, I totally missed. And it'll actually give you little icons of who you subscribe to with a little blue dot next to it to let you know, hey, there's new videos there that you haven't watched before. It's super handy, super neat. I used to be the person that didn't have an account, and I basically just relied on YouTube's algorithm, which very hit or miss. They can't put every content creator you watch in front of you on the homepage. So you end up realizing that you haven't seen somebody in like 6 months, maybe even a year. And you're just like, hey, whatever happened to that one channel? So go ahead and subscribe today. Join YouTube. It is free. It is easy. You don't even have to use the Gmail account that it creates. You can literally just keep it there as a nonsense account, just so you can subscribe and join and do all the features of YouTube. You don't have to use the email. I know all the privacy concerns of Gmail and stuff. You don't have to use it. So go ahead and join today. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. If you're a fan of gaming and you just want to hang out, go ahead and subscribe to the Todd Reacts Plays channel. It's pretty new. Let me get that subs out of the way so you can actually see it. There we go. Todd Reacts Plays channel. We just did on Saturday Chapter 3 of Life is Strange. It was super fun. Certainly would enjoy if you were hanging out, watching, reacting to it, enjoying it. We are going to do more Fortnite streams. I really enjoy Fortnite. And it's just something I want to do more of. So every Saturday I do a gaming stream, and right now we're on Life is Strange. And if you subscribe, you get a direct say in what games I play. So basically what's going to happen and how Life is Strange was chosen is I did a poll on the channel, in the Discord, on the main channel. You might have seen it. You might have voted in it. And Life is Strange won. So as soon as I'm done with Chapter 5 of Life is Strange, I'm going to put up another poll what do you want me to play next? And whatever the winner of that is, I will play. So it's going to literally be viewer-guided, what games I play through, etc. And I will be doing so live on this YouTube channel, Todd Reacts Plays, as well as Twitch. So whichever platform you're into, I will be live multi-streaming. And also, it's a good run-through for multi-streaming these reaction videos. So it's kind of a nice practicing ground as well. Go ahead and pick up some winter collection merch. There is only a little over 11 days left of winter collection. It will be going away until next year, and then we will launch the summer collection. Get a little lighter, you know, it's a little hotter outside already. So we ship everywhere in the world. True story. Everywhere in the world. And there's actually, what's cool is the manufacturers are actually located throughout the world. So chances are, if you're, you know, continents away from me, you're still going to get it in a relatively short period of time, which is very cool. And actually, a lot of the products, merch that you see on the website are actually from the same people that make merchandise for like Coca-Cola and a bunch of television shows and stations. I think South Park, like their merch goes through these people as well, which is super cool. It's really high quality. I'm wearing the heavyweight hoodie right now for winter. It is thick and soft, which is just exactly what you want. So go ahead, check it out today. Members on the website save 15% off on every order automatically. You don't have to put in any promo codes. It just deducts it in the checkout process, which is cool. If you're a YouTube channel member, there's a little promo code. You can just enter that in the ordering process, and it'll take 5% off. So yeah, let's go ahead and... Oh, and if you're watching on Twitch, give it a follow. And make sure you have your notifications on so you actually get the notifications when I'm live. Otherwise, you won't know when I'm live. So let's go ahead and jump into the first video. The first one is... Let's see. The first one is... Come on now. Why isn't it... Don't do this to me. Yeah, you are on time. I have not done a single video yet. So... All right. For some reason, this is not popping up. Hold up. Okay. Live issues on the fly. That's all right. I have another source for what videos these are. I'm going to bring that up. So the first video is I Don't Totally Like You by Grey's Anatomy. Not by Grey's Anatomy, but it is of Grey's Anatomy. And let's go ahead and jump into that. Welcome, Will. Welcome back. Welcome back.
You lived here too?
Everybody lived here.
Are you cool with me saying Will, or do you want me to say something else like
Love
Willow,
is thicker
or...
than water. It means the family you're born into is important above all else.
I'm here.
Right?
Yeah, the block's a pit, but it's cheap.
Oh, thanks. Think it'd be easier to...
Wrong.
Amelia's what matters.
You didn't ask for a sister, and you probably don't need one. But you're my sister.
I'm your sister.
You are not my sister.
Amelia is my sister.
Oh,
Get it together, sisters.
awesome. Thanks for the heads up on that.
Can I stay here tonight? Yeah, what's wrong?
So grumpy when she visits. Why? That's a problem. I like that.
I'm still drunk.
So he moved there.
Amelia, we're here for you, okay? As long as it takes.
Is there something wrong with you?
Meredith, what happened? How can we help you?
There is nothing wrong with you.
I did nothing to you. I lost my husband.
You were just gonna lie again.
Is this why you hate me? Does that remind you of him?
I trusted you to be honest with me.
You can
stay in your room if you want.
Heavy emotion.
I am your sister.
I know. I can be here for you. I know how to do this.
Why me? Because I'm your sister?
Yes.
Amelia. Maggie.
What's going on? Nothing.
Nothing. The children are a cat.
Open up the space. Get a little light in there. Let's go.
It's a carpet steamer.
It was impossible to get him to talk.
Probably because you were talking.
Uncool.
Be nice.
Now's the part where you guys are supposed to tell me how awesome
burn.
I am, like I do for you all the time.
Sorry, I don't.
Aggie is full of sunshine and candy. I thought we had a deal. I'm backing out of our deal.
And I'm all alone. And I have nothing and no one wants me.
You got us. We want you.
I can't have sex with you.
No. Sorry, I said you please.
Meredith.
Whoa.
What?
Amelia's talking. Really?
And I'm historically lousy at being a sister.
You're here right now. It's good enough.
You're happy.
Yes, of course I'm happy. I'm gonna be Auntie. Auntie Bear.
Amelia, stuff your feelings in.
That's only if you have too many feelings and you're too open
Why
about
didn't
it.
you call me? There wasn't anything you could have done.
Meredith, you are the most loyal person I have ever met. To everyone except me.
You encouraged me to stay. You offered me a home and a family.
For an only child, you're an excellent sister.
I'm just not ready to forgive you yet.
You, one of my biological sisters. Biology doesn't matter.
I'm not exactly ready either.
Love matters.
I'm still.
Right.
That's okay. Come on.
I don't have
dance it out.
sisters, so I can't have any like first-hand knowledge of it. But I'm assuming it's similar. Unbelievable,
totally
strong
like
bond,
you.
you know?
Wow. Okay.
But definitely some high emotion here and there.
But I don't have to because you're family. I love you.
Then again, it was kind of like that with brothers too, but led more towards physical violence. Not like, you know,
I say.
punching each
family
other,
is
but
family.
wrestling for sure.
I don't give a crap whose blood you have.
Wonderful edit. Link it down below in the YouTube link down below in the YouTube description. That's where it is. For the original video, go check it out. Maybe they created some other edits that you might be interested in. That's why I always say it. That's why I always put them there. Because who knows? You might see something you like there, and then you request that one. So, yeah, I would imagine sisters are kind of like that. Very sweet, indeed. Very sweet together. You know, that is one of those situations, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, where you are basically, you're in such a dire circumstance, especially in a hospital. You know, people are sick, people are potentially dying. It is stressful. It is high stress. As someone who recently, you know, went through that with a family member, it is, well, just from a visitor perspective, it is brutal. I can't even imagine the pressures of having to take care of people or try to fix people or work on them. Probably one of the worst moments of my life was in a hospital not that long ago. Basically got told there's nothing we can do for him. You know, it's out of our hands. Just enjoy the time you have left. Like that is, I can't even imagine having to tell that to like a family. You know, I've only been in the patient side of that, and I'm sure it doesn't get any easier because you could see the looks on their faces. You know, I was with it enough to take note of that. And they looked pretty beaten up over it. Like, obviously it's not their own family member, but it really is hard to not put yourself in the shoes of a patient that you're telling that to. And what's interesting is one of the doctors actually said, if you were my parents, this is what I would tell them. And I was just like, yeah, it's kind of hard to not have that connection regardless whether you're related to the person you're telling it to or the family you're telling it to. And I gotta assume it's a lot of trauma bonding. It's a lot of seriousness, and you're dealing with it in whatever way you can. And obviously that, according to a lot of these medical dramas, because that's the only experience I have with it, I don't have like intimate knowledge of it. I'm not working in a hospital or whatever. That leads to a lot of relationships, a lot of heartbreaks, a lot of intermingling, I guess you could say. A lot of laughs just to try to get over what's going on. And certainly a lot of tense moments where you kind of, get frustrated. And it might not even be at the other person. It might just be at a situation you had 2 days ago where you're still kind of beaten up over it. And then you take it on someone else or some other person that's around you. So I'm assuming there's a lot of therapy or like emotional management that needs to go through. And certainly you can see a lot of connection between those characters. They probably confide in each other quite a lot. That's certainly something I saw, watching House MD, watching Scrubs. Scrubs is a comedy, but it has those moments that are very serious. And one of the best characters in that show is Dr. Cox, and how he, puts on this brave front, but even he goes through some pretty awful swings of, we're doing this to help people. And then he also has those down periods of like, what is it all worth kind of things. So it's very, you can't help but think about it in that way of, everybody's kind of struggling there. Yeah, you might be getting paid well as a doctor or a surgeon, or, maybe an RN or a traveling nurse or whatever. But it is a brutal, emotional situation. Let's go ahead and look into some more information on this. Let's see if I can bring this up. Let's see. 9 ways Meredith, Maggie, and Amelia's bond is the ultimate sisterhood. As Will was saying, they're very sweet together, and we're assuming that's how sisters are like, how they were interacting with each other. Through the history of Grey's Anatomy, there are all kinds of relationships and friendships among the doctors, as I'm sure there was or is. One of the biggest ones for recent seasons has been between Meredith Grey, Maggie Pierce, and Amelia Shepherd. Though they are not entirely related by blood, their bond is so strong that they are automatically referred to as sisters by fans and characters alike. Sisterly banter. The topics of conversation that the three women have together range from medical procedures to dates to child-rearing antics. The way they talk to each other would make anyone who doesn't know them think they had grown up and lived together all their lives. That's how you know you're really close to somebody. Viewers can even see the sibling role each lady takes in their chats. Meredith offers advice like an older sister. Amelia inputs an appropriate comment like the youngest. That's so me. And Maggie mediates like the middle child. Meditates. Their shared bonding experience is right. Like I was saying, they're going through it together. It's a very tough situation. It's an honorable job with a heavy toll on people. Yeah, exactly. Can't imagine people going through it without help. Yeah, I gotta agree. I don't think I could. I would definitely need to vent to somebody, whether it's, a therapist or just a family member who's open to it or anybody. It's definitely one of those where you would have to get a lot off your chest, just to be able to move past it. Sisters go through a lot together. There are times where they find themselves doing things that are out of the ordinary. One such instance is taking a sledgehammer to one of the walls of Meredith's family home. Whoa, where's the context in that? Another is making a getaway from Amelia's own wedding when she starts getting cold feet. Oh boy. Then there are many extreme emergencies at the hospital, right, as we were talking about, that they face, such as fires, windstorms, pandemics, even just as simple as what I was talking about. Through all these moments, the sisters' bond has gone from strength to strength. They fight like sisters. You still love the person, right? But you're bickering, you're bantering, you're, getting into it a little bit. People who have sisters know they can become the number one enemy when they want to be, which is also rung true for Meredith, Amelia, and Maggie's relationship. These three have moments where they are at each other's throats. When they first meet, Meredith and Maggie do not get along. They butt heads over procedures, and Meredith refuses to believe Maggie when she reveals that she is her half-sister. Whoa. Meredith and Amelia have even more tension, especially after Derek's death, as it should. It gets so bad that Meredith kicks Amelia out of the house. But like all sisters, they make up and come back together, stronger than before. They're heads of their departments. Oh, that's a sibling rivalry right there. One common link they have is the fact they all are highly successful in their careers. Meredith's head of general surgery, member of the hospital board, and Catherine Fox Award winner. Maggie's a co-head of cardiothoracic surgery, while Amelia is head of neurosurgery, with Amelia affectionately referring to them as the Lady Chief Trifecta. They're all extremely intelligent. Well, obviously, yes. That makes sense, right? Looking after the kids. After Derek died in season 11, Maggie and Amelia step up to help Meredith take care of her three children, Zola, Bailey, and Ellis. Viewers can often see scenes of early morning chaos at the Gray household where all three women are running around to get the kids ready for the day. That's awesome. That's really close, obviously. Dishing the romantic dirt. Okay, that's not surprising, shall we say. These women have had their fair share of romances, and they have no problem talking to each other about it. With Amelia tends to discuss the physical aspects of the relationships. Maggie will go over whether or not she's making good choices in her love life. They're also both there for Meredith when she starts dating after Derek. If a new man walks into one of these women's lives, he better be prepared to face the Lady Chief Trifecta. They support each other, found family. Neither Meredith, Maggie, or Amelia come from normal family life. Either they are never close with their family they grew up with, or they lose touch with them along the way. Once they grow up once they join up in Seattle, they make each other. They each make the choice to have each other in their lives. Love a good found family, right? Absolutely. That's the beauty of life, isn't it? Beauty of being a human. Even if you have a terrible original family life, you don't have to give up because you might find people that are basically family members. They have your back, you have their back, all that good stuff. As Amelia said herself, biology doesn't matter, love matters. That is a good way to put it. That is a great way to put it. Fantastic. Meredith, Amelia, and Maggie's relationship. Am I the only one who thinks the sisterly bond between the three is really a saving grace for the later seasons? I don't really know how to explain it further, but it just feels so wholesome. Oh, first comment, saucy. I abhor their relationship. I honestly feel like it drains every season more and more. Interesting. A little, hot take coming. Anytime I hear Lady Sister Chiefs or Sister Lady Chiefs or whatever the damn phrase is, or the she's my sister line, I cringe. It's like nails on a chalkboard, irritating to me. Whoa! It also really pissed me off in season 17 when Owen said that Alex used to call Meredith's house the sister house. Alex would never say something lame like that, especially not when the house has housed so many people over the years who aren't related by blood or marriage. What are they now? The Sanderson sisters? Dang. I do love a hot take. Certainly let me know down below in the comments whether you agree with this hot take or not. I'm sure that'll be very interesting conversations. The bond between Meredith and Maggie feels so incredibly forced and annoying. Maggie inserted herself into Meredith's life after knowing her all of 5 minutes. From the beginning, she has walked around like she's taken a crash course in Meredith 101, and the way she acted towards Alex in 12:15 is annoying proof of that. Wow. I can even buy Meredith and Amelia as sisters to an extent, but the relationship isn't perfect and seems a bit more sisterly with the random fights and annoyances like leaving drawers and cabinets open. Also, by season 15, we get less and less Meredith and Alex friendship scenes, but the sisters were being forced down our throats more and more. I'm over it. Whoa. And then somebody said, basically, wow, that had 20 upvotes. Basically, all of this, Meredith and Amelia, makes some sense because when Derek died, he and Amelia were in a good place. Amelia was helping out with the children and clearly willing to continue to help. And at least she and Meredith clashed in serious and very real ways. I do think that Meredith would want Amelia to have a relationship with her kids, and she and Amelia are both really complicated and can be very messy and narcissistic, so they fit. Maggie is totally out there, and she and Meredith just don't really jive to me. I honestly feel it's forced. I see a certain bond between Amelia and Maggie, but that's about it. That is 26 upvotes. Exactly, the more they talked about it, the less I believed it. Agreed, Meredith lost Christina, Izzy, Derek, and Lexi, so she just settled for what came her way. Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't think it's a popular sentiment here, but I completely agree with you. I love their dynamic. It's one of the favorite parts of the post-Derek era. 2 episodes. So this is someone who agrees with the OP. I love all 3 of them so much, and their dynamic together is really special. It's amazing how you can go hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. I also like their sisterhood a lot. I agree, but certain people are not going to like this one. What's that at? Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Jace, what's going on? Oh my gosh. Wow. This is, I love their bond. Wow. The amount of hot and cold is just unbelievable in that thread. That's really cool. So 27 upvotes on the sisterly bond. And then 20 upvotes on no, they stink. I mean, that is unbelievable. Good grief. By the way, if you spam, you get banned. That's just, it is what it is. Sorry. Even though I don't have any information on this, I can see how the show's execution can affect its popularity. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's fast. That was a fast ban, wasn't it? I'm getting quicker at it. I know where to like click now and everything. Oh my gosh. What a back and forth there. That is unbelievable. All right. Second video. Does this open anymore? Nope. Okay. All right. Things are broken, but we're working around it. The second video is Wilhelm, all too well from the show Young Royals. Seemed to get a lot of comments about Young Royals. I had never heard of it prior to that last reaction I did, but I'm interested to learn more about Wilhelm. I think he's the main character, if I'm not mistaken. But let's go ahead and jump in. There are subtitles to this.
Jag vet inte hur jag ska bete mig. Jag vet inte hur jag ska känna. Liksom. Jag ska inte fungera som människa just nu. För att min bror är liksom död med.
Det är ingenting som är normalt efter Eriks död.
Nej, det är klart. Tror att jag tycker det eller? Men det är liksom inte hela sanningen.
Nice.
Det har aldrig varit normalt för oss. Sluta! Men ni låtsas ju som att det är normalt. Ni skrapar på ytan. Ni pratar om det, men ni menar ju ingenting om det ni säger. Alltså det är helt jävla sjukt. Eller, jag vet inte, jag var helt förstörd. Jag var helt förstörd och jag behövde dig. Och då hörde jag liksom, typ att du sjöng från hjärtat ändå liksom. Du är den enda som jag känner att jag faktiskt kan prata med här.
Jag vill inte att du träffar Simon under tiden.
Jag vill att du raderar våra sms.
Oh,
Jag kan inte
wow.
hålla på med det här längre. Allt bara skadar dig. Hela den här situationen du är i. Tänk om jag bara vill vara ihop med honom då. Och leva normalt.
Du är kronprins.
Jag har inte bett om det här.
Men det är ingen som har bett om det här.
Och det skadar mig. Har du alltid bott här eller? Ja. Förlåt Simon. Kan du förlåta mig?
That's very cool.
Jag är i alla fall jätteglad att du berättar för mig.
It's amazing how
Tycker så mycket om
they can
dig.
be like multi-talented.
Du har varit en väldigt, väldigt fin vän.
I'm not.
Jag vet vem du var. Varför gjorde du det? Jag trodde du och Wilhelm var kompisar.
Ja, jag tror att Erik bara hade velat att du skulle vara själv.
Så varför?
Men Wilhelm har allt.
Det ger dig ingen rätt.
Och jag är så ledsen. Allt.
Hennes Majestät drottningen har löst din terminsavgift.
Hur då?
Ja, det var kronprins Wilhelm som bad mig titta på det.
Förlåt, Wilhelm.
August är familj. Du kan lita på August.
Det var ju det jag kunde lita på!
Tack.
Vi har inte gjort något fel. Nej. Vi måste alltså offra vår student för att Ville var tvungen att berätta för hela världen att han huggar med någon jävla snubbe.
Fan, skärp dig, Vincent.
Kan ni lägga av? Kom igen. Han är precis blivit outad.
Jag vet
Gosh,
inte.
those gossip mags
Vad ska
can
jag
just
göra?
be brutal.
Jag ska kunna fråga honom.
I can't imagine having to
Fast
deal
jag
with
borde
that.
klara det. Borde du det? Ja, därför att det är sånt vi gör. Jag menar det. Jag vill inte vara fucking kronprins!
Det är ju hysteriskt.
Hur känns det för dig då? Att leva med den pressen,
Det känns ensamt. Alltså det är kaos.
It's like life is strange.
Varför kan man inte liksom ringa?
Oh my gosh.
Kom in. Kan jag ringa tillbaka till dig
Blackwell Academy.
Det var August.
Jag vet det. Tala inte så till din far!
Jag
Och
talar
inte så
fan, jag
till mig
vill till er. Ni är mina
heller.
fucking föräldrar! Ni ska finnas där för mig!
I mean, it's pretty clear. Wilhelm is his
Det är
name.
faktiskt inte så
Wilhelm
lätt
just
att
wants to
vara
live
både
his
mamma
life
och
and
din
not be
chef.
Jag märker det, för du är lika jävla kass på båda två!
public eye, all that
Sagt alla
stuff.
saker jag inte borde säga till min mamma.
En dag kommer du att bli en fantastisk kung.
Du fattar ju vad det skulle innebära. Min mamma
A lot of pressure.
Nej, jag vill inte det.
Ni måste i alla fall.
Jag måste göra allt det här. Måste ni det?
Right.
Ja, de
Yeah,
räknar
he's
med det.
standing up for himself
Ja.
a lot.
Jag vill inte det här.
Det gjorde Erik också. Han var väldigt duktig pianist. Du kommer att bli jämförd med Erik. Varenda steg du tar. Han var så talangfull. Och han här tog sig för.
Ja, ursäkta.
I'm assuming Eric died. I think.
Blir jag ju redan. Det har jag alltid blivit.
Du hade rätt.
Right.
Jag
Yeah.
fanns inte där. när
Family
du
history.
behövde mig.
Exactly.
Kan du förlåta mig, Wilhelm? Lilla gubben.
Aging Prince William
Jag älskar det.
or Prince Harry.
Simon! Hej. Jag är inte... Stopp, vänta. Simon, vänta. Jag vill inte vara kung. Eller kronprins. Okej, bra. Jag vill vara med dig. Jag vill bara gå hem. Jag älskar det.
Det är inte ditt fel. Det är inte ditt fel.
Erik var med. På invigningen. Han var en av 300 som var där som höll i det.
Senast sattes en gayporrfilm på en tv. Den som fick stånd pickades ut under hånskratt.
Erik var där. Nu vet jag liksom inte ens om han hade tyckt om.
Du vet att Erik älskar dig. Mer än någonting annat. Videon. De 2 killarna. Det hade inte betytt någonting. Jag har lovat Erik att jag ska ta hand om Ville. Erik hade älskat dig oavsett vad.
Wow. Wow, that is very much a I don't know why, but I'm getting strong like Romeo and Juliet kind of vibes. Maybe because it's just like royalty or whatever. But that was very fascinating. Obviously, Wilhelm just wants to live his life very clearly. Struggling with family expectations, everything put on him to, do what, is expected of you, which is just, I can't understand that because I'm not royalty. I'm not in that situation, obviously. But I don't think you have to be in that situation to realize just how awful that is. Good grief. Link it down below in the YouTube description for the original edit. Go throw it some love. That was a very good edit. And that song did match up quite perfectly with it, by the way. Let's go ahead and look into more information on Prince Wilhelm. Crown Prince Wilhelm. I'm assuming Crown Prince just means you're next in line, right? Other than Prince, your Crown Prince. Taking a guess there. I'm assuming. One of the main characters in Young Royals, he's portrayed by Edvin Riding. It means through the air. Gotcha. And Jace, I'm going to try to make you a mod on Twitch, I guess. I don't know exactly how to do that right now. Or I can't do it while I'm live, but I'll do it afterwards. Youngest son of Queen Christina and her consort Ludwig. More power. Yes. After he gets into a fight at a club and humiliates his family, Wilhelm is sent to the boarding school, where he slowly starts to form his opinions and forge his own relationships for the first time. Oh, I love how the family is just like, get to boarding school and everything will be taken care of. And then he gets to boarding school and he finds himself. And then the family's like, wait, no, don't. Death of his older brother, Prince Eric. Gotcha. All right, how about some background here? Prince Wilhelm was born as the second son and her consort Ludwig. For most of his life, he was second in line to the Swedish throne after his brother, Prince Eric. As the spare heir, that's a great name. That's a great name. Wilhelm didn't have as many responsibilities as Eric. I mean, it is the greatest gig. It is the greatest gig. Oh my gosh. Hey, what's up, Roxas? That is the greatest gig ever. You can just be, prince. You have some royalty to your name. You're hanging out. Dating is just, well, it's easy, but it's also not easy because you're dealing with gossip rags and all that stuff. But I mean, less responsibilities. You still have the title. That's just gravy. I'm assuming it would get quite, I don't know, going through the teen years, I would probably rebel kind of towards it a little bit, just because of the expectations and whatnot. And, oh, you need to go here and do this, and you need to go here and do this. And as a kid, you're just like, I just want to do what I want to do. I don't want to do what you want me to do. So obviously there would be some rebellion there, but I think eventually I would probably just settle into it and just accept it. I mean, it's a pretty sweet gig. You don't have to work a 9 to 5 or whatever. He made the decision with the permission of his parents to live his life as normally as possible. He attended public school in Stockholm and befriended regular citizens. Despite his wishes, the people around him often exploited their connections to him. Yeah, you'd have to fight against that. Like, people would be trying to get romantically interested in you just to be involved or to get, clout, if you will. And you'd have people using you for your money and all that shit. So it's not surprising, but it would just be something you'd have to like guard against, I guess. And you would never truly know, which I guess is kind of bad. But which came to a head before the start of episode 1 when a violent altercation between Wilhelm and someone else at a party was recorded and posted online. Yeah, everything you do will be recorded and posted online. His family often hid things from him, such as August's father dying of ending himself, we'll say, for YouTube's sake. Drunken fight, underage in a nightclub. Being that Wilhelm is a high-profile figure, right, goes with the title. The clash is filmed and posted online where it quickly goes viral, not surprising. On his way home, swarms of paparazzi crowd around the car. The palace official who came to escort him tells Wilhelm that he has to give a public apology and announce his enrollment at the boarding school. Which is just so beautifully ironic, the fact that he finds himself at that boarding school. And then they're like, no, wait, don't. At the palace, he sits in a large room with his family and staff members preparing for a press release. While someone is putting makeup on his face to cover the wounds he sustained at the club, Wilhelm attempts to convince his parents to allow him to stay in public school, but to no avail. Quote, nobody is more disappointed in me than my family, and especially myself. Ugh. Yeah, that would get kind of old. That would get for sure old, actually. As the soloist, Simon catches Wilhelm's attention, and he smiles for the first time that day, listening to him perform. In his dorm room, Wilhelm tells Eric that he can't survive for 3 years at Halerska, and expresses annoyance towards August. In response, Eric chides him for his selfishness. He reminds Wilhelm that his actions reflect back on their family. Ugh. When it comes time for Eric to leave, Wilhelm clings to him and asks him to stay, but Eric has to head home. Let's see. The following day, tensions arise between Simon and his wealthier classmates during a conversation about social policy. Interesting. Simon had taken issue with the teacher's prompt, which put tax evasion and welfare scams against each other for the students to determine which was the worst crime. Late at night, Wilhelm is dragged out of his room, gagged and tied to a statue. What? He is made subject to many cruel acts for his initiation to the Forest Ridge House. Oh, hazing. Gotcha. He gets cleaned up afterwards and the party eventually begins. Most students drink heavily, as they do.
Do it!
As they do.
Just do
Thanks
it!
for the follow, Chronically Me. Appreciate it. The episode ends with Wilhelm breaking the intense eye contact with Simon, who stands inches away from him by closing his eyes. Overwhelmed by the attraction, I don't know how to describe this on YouTube, the fun time attraction and tension between them.
Do it! Just
Thanks for the follow,
do it!
Jace. Let's see. Obviously, I don't want to go through all the episodes. That would just be ridiculous. Let's look at some trivia. What do we got here? Wilhelm is shown to be queer as he pursued a relationship with Simon, though his exact sexuality is unknown. According to Edvin, who's the actor, Wilhelm's sexuality is fluid. Young Royals team chose not to label him. He's not allowed to publicly speak on politics. Yeah, that makes sense. You're royalty, right? He's bad with noble family names, such as Belgian King. He stated they recalled him as Rudolph while he was drunk talking to August. Wilhelm has several hobbies, including horseback riding and music, but currently is only on the rowing team. Suffers from anxiety, possibly having panic attacks. Bites his fingernails, rubs his chest when he's anxious. Shown as a person who might be very impulsive from time to time. When you're younger, you tend to be impulsive. Or at least I did. He owns a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. How is that trivia? You gotta love that branding, right? I'm sure they paid a pretty penny to have that in there. He knows how to read music and can play piano. His love language is touch, mostly hugs. Product placement, indeed. That's unbelievable. His favorite pastry is the semla. Semla. What is that? Well, I gotta look up that. What is that? Swedish Fat Tuesday buns. Honestly, it looks pretty good. Swedish eclair, basically. Okay. That looks tasty. That definitely looks good. Milk, eggs, flour, dry yeast, castor sugar, whipping cream, egg white, bread flour, ground almond. Yeah, that looks delicious. That looks great. All right, next video. Let's go ahead and move on. Life is tough. That's my overall feeling there is Wilhelm is going through it. But the good news is, as Will said, he's sticking up for himself, you know? He's sticking up for himself. He's not shy about putting his finger back at the his parents and expectations. That's pretty impressive. That is actually very impressive. I don't know if he found himself during, you know, his time away at boarding school or if he's always been like that, but pretty impressive. It looks too sweet. Yeah, it probably is. Swedish baked goods are pretty yummy. I have not had any. Makes me want to go to IKEA. Do they have those there? I have no idea. But I don't know. I'm not much of a baker. But then again, I've never really tried, you know. At most, I've baked like very simple, like boxed brownies and stuff like that, which, do you even call that? Is that even baking, really? You're just mixing ingredients and throwing it in there. And you're not even looking, you're not measuring, you're just literally just throwing the bag, mixing two things, and then throw it in. I wouldn't count that, but maybe I'll give baking a try here one day. Do a little video around baking. My mate's husband is Swedish, so she's learned amazing recipes. Cinnamon buns from scratch, etc. Oh, cinnamon buns are so good. Oh my gosh. I used to go to this place growing up that would make sticky buns. It's basically a cinnamon bun, but like honey on it or something like that with little pecans. Oh, gosh. We would go to this restaurant that my mom used to go to as a kid, and it was still there, and they were so good. They were huge. They were massive. Oh, my gosh. I'd give anything to have one of those right now. Let's go ahead and move on to the next video, which is... I love how this thing is like somewhat broken, but it's not broken enough to not work. OBS, what can I say? Amy and Jonah, all of the stars. This is from Superstore. I reacted to one video of Superstore on Friday, I believe. As I said before, if you've been in like a customer service role or a retail store or anything like that, you'd probably relate to the show quite a bit. And I love that they have that, because most of us probably have that experience, whether it's at the beginning of your career or maybe you're still in it. It's very cool to see real life situations that you've experienced yourself. So let's go ahead and jump into that.
Amy.
Only seen the show in GIF form. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Same.
Amy.
That is not what is happening. I am not flirting with Jonah.
So what else did Mom say about me?
Yes! Oh my God, I love you so much right now. Get back to work. Has a crush on Jonah. She's interested in him because he's cute, not because of his bad ideas.
Whoa. You think I'm cute?
And some people think that you have a crush on Amy.
Wait, people think I have a crush on Amy?
Mm-hmm.
She's married. I mean, not that you can't have a crush on someone who's married, but I mean, you know, yuck, you know? Not yuck. I think she's pretty, but she's not like pretty.
I mean, yuck, but not like yuck.
Oh. I didn't even know you were dating anyone.
Oh. Is that something that I'm supposed to inform you about?
This seems like a very classic, like, work husband kind of situation. Part of me is just like, probably something to avoid at all costs, you know, work spouse or work whatever, because the temptation is probably there, and you should probably not partake.
No.
I'm assuming that's how this
just
ends.
making conversation.
No, you don't win Amy. Nobody wins Amy. You don't get Amy.
Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Oh. Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day, Lucy.
Who doesn't fall in love with Jonah?
It's not that you're super jealous and in love with me and want me all to yourself.
I know
Dang.
you were covering for Glenn. So Jonah and Glenn's daughter, huh?
Yeah.
Amy's real husband, Amy's work husband.
Yeah, you are Amy's work husband. I see you two together like all the time, walking around.
You're also the most honest person that I've ever met.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is kind of dirty in a way. I am not a huge fan of this right now.
And funny, and you're confident.
I'll be brutally honest, I don't want this to end well. Unless her husband is just a massive piece of garbage. It's definitely stepping on toes.
We kissed, and now everything's awkward and loaded, and I don't know how to be around you.
Can I join you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Where's Jonah?
You hooked up with tape?
Um,
I mean,
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it big time.
one day you might even like me.
What do you got a crush on Jonah or something?
Yeah.
When I first started working here years ago, I had a little
Because you do
crush
spend
on
more
Amy.
time at work than you do at
I had a crush
home.
on
So
Jonah,
this
and
kind of
that's all
situation
that.
is
Exactly.
just
Wait,
gross.
you're pregnant? I'm pissed off that I waited around for you for 2 years and you waited until I was in a relationship and you were pregnant to kiss me.
Well, who asked you to wait
That's a good
around?
question.
I don't even know what you're still doing here, Jonah.
Press start.
Fresh start. All right, so
Maybe she has a stalker and she just keeps changing it up.
Jonah and I have kind of been dating.
And so, husband and wife.
I don't love Dina. I love you.
Yeah, well, I love you too, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I'm sorry, are you asking me to move in? If there's something you're planning on asking
I hate this.
the rest of our lives,
Okay,
huh?
so she's obviously divorced at this point, I'm assuming. Yeah, right. I think that part was left out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, if that was the cause of it. Oh God. I think the word ick is very, very accurate here. Yeah, it is completely questionable without context. Oh my gosh. Link down below in the description for the original edit. Go throw it some much deserved love. That was a good edit, but boy, are we missing one big key. What caused that divorce? Is she divorced? It sounds like it. Oh God. You know what's terrible? You know, I brought this up on Friday. When I worked in a customer service job, I knew firsthand of so many cheating spouses that would cheat on their significant others with people in the office. Like, we're talking managers, we're talking employees, we're talking managers and employees getting together, we're talking about employees and employees getting together. I knew of one person who was having fun time with multiple people, and one of those people was married, one of those people was engaged. Like, I'm talking I'm talking messy. I'm talking very messy. I knew of this one person that was leaving the marital bed, right? So they were waking up with their spouse early, packing their kids' lunch, 2 young children, and would go to a coworker's house to have some fun time before work, and they would drive in together. Oh my gosh. Like the level of depravity in so many situations in that office was unbelievable to me. Like, I didn't see that coming. Like, that was eye-opening to me. Like, oh, the real world and corporate life and stuff like that is gross on a lot of times. But yeah, where do they get all that energy from? That is a good question. Not putting it into work, I can tell you that. Not putting it into work. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that storyline gave me a massive ick. That is so wrong. So wrong. Ugh. Again, I don't really care what the husband's doing, because whatever that was gross and wrong. Good grief. Oh boy. They might be really great together, you know? It seemed like it. Seemed like they were. But yeah, context is desperately needed. But even then, I think it's still pretty gross. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my, constitution, if you will. But yeah, gross. Gross, gross, gross. Oh, gosh. Let's bring up some more context. Maybe I can find it on this. Shout out to Luke for finding the links for today. Appreciate it. Wow. I am disgusted. Jonah and Amy's relationship timeline, season by season. Superstore followed a group of employees at a big box store. Right. The moment Jonah decorated the ceiling with stars to give Amy a moment of beauty, as we saw in the end there, right? In the Superstore pilot, it was clear that the sitcom would be rooted in a love story. There were several times Amy and Jonah were relationship goals. Ugh. The fact that I know she was married just makes it gross, okay? I can't get around it. The series spent years carefully crafting their relationship, allowing the characters to grow and attempt relationships with other people, which only made Amy and Jonah's endgame that much more satisfying by examining their journey season by season, blah, blah, blah. Season 1, Jonah falls for Amy, not knowing she's married. Not knowing. Interesting. Fell for her the day he started working. Oh my gosh. Continued to fall harder day after day. What started as a crush in the pilot episode only grew as Jonah got to know Amy. Amy wasn't Jonah's biggest fan and actually thought he was the most annoying person she had ever met because they disagreed on a lot of workplace issues. But after he gave her a ceiling full of stars to make her day feel different from the one before, Jonah began to grow on her, and that was only in the pilot episode. Jonah didn't realize, here we go, Amy was married until a few episodes later. Although Jonah was aware that nothing could happen between them, his crush on her didn't go away. Amy and Jonah spent most of their time bickering, but Garrett called what they had going on a work flirt. Jesus. Okay. If I am Jonah in that situation, what's going on, Luke? Welcome back. If I am Jonah in that situation and I realize or know that the person that I have a crush on is married, I get rid of that crush. You stomp it out and you go on with your life. The fact that he not only kept it going and that other people were calling it work flirt. Ugh. Well, we've all missed context on this, I think. It's a no. It is a no. I agree, Jace. It is a no. Oh, God. Ugh. Jonah meets Amy's husband in episode 7. At that point, how do you not squash it? How do you not go on with your life? Like, oh, okay, this one's spoken for. I'll find somebody else. Like, what? Season 2, close friends with a heat-of-the-moment first kiss. Season 2 of the Amy and Jonah timeline proved that more time they spent together, the closer Amy and Jonah got. It became clear to all the employees, they're making it publicly known too, that Amy wasn't happy in her marriage. Okay. As her husband expected her to handle their financial burden as well as to parent their daughter full-time, Adam wasn't the only person who mistreated Amy, and Jonah always stood up for her when the employees tried to take advantage of her. Even so, she's still married. Even if that marriage is failing, she's still married. Oh, God. The pair came to realize that they were a great team and usually spent their entire shift goofing off with each other. Jonah helped Amy let loose, while Amy helped Jonah learn personal accountability. After learning that Amy and Adam were getting a divorce, okay, Jonah accidentally called Amy sexy, which led to them kissing in the middle of a tornado. Okay, well, divorce, yes. Okay. Wait till it's finalized. That's all I'm saying. What is that saying? If you get with a cheater, they'll cheat on you or something like that. Like, even if it's failing, just hold back. Go a different direction, you know? Yeah, can I mod while on stream? I don't even know. I would have to pull up, I think I'd have to pull up Twitch, which I don't have pulled up right now. But I will do it after stream. Ay. Amy confesses her feelings. Relationship takes a romantic turn. Well, that's fine. Totally fine after the divorce. Completely fine after the divorce. But before the divorce, that was all ugh. Dating in secret. Jonah moves in with Amy. One of the most unrealistic aspects of Superstore is that Amy and Jonah still kept their jobs after having fun time at work and streaming it to the public. What? But there would be no show without the main characters, so it made sense that the two were only suspended. Yeah, they would be fired immediately. Date in secret. Amy discovered she was pregnant with her ex-husband's baby, and Jonah promised he would be there for whatever she needed. The relationship was eventually solidified when they moved in together, resulting in Jonah raising her child as his own. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say about that. I got a lot of things to say about it. What is going on? This is so messy. I agree. Very messy. This is so very messy. Decided to move to California together. Break up, make up, and married with kids. I think we'll save that for another Superstore reaction. But yeah, just we got a little context here. There was definitely some cheating going on while she was still an affair, I guess, while she was still married, which is gross and icky. Yeah, it definitely feels like a soap opera, like level of mess. That's for sure. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Let's go ahead and hop into an ad real quick and we will be back. Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, I was really grossed out about that. It is confusing, but basically the gist of it was Jonah didn't know Amy was married when he first had a crush on her, and then he found it out. He kept having a crush on her, and I'm assuming hitting on her, or like being super nice and like not going a different direction, and then met her husband and still carried on. I just, oh God. I gotta move on. Fourth video of the stream is Colin and Penelope. Do you want to be friends? From Bridgerton, obviously. The first, the third season? First part of the third season came out on Thursday. So I'm assuming if you're a fan of Bridgerton, you've already binged it. You've already been through it. You're waiting for the second part in July, I think, or June. And their work colleagues, it's so uncomfortable. Oh, gosh. I don't know how you would get past that. I really don't. Like I said before, I've known quite a bit of that happened in a work environment that I was in, and I couldn't look at people the same way. Like, seriously. Like, I used to talk to that person that left their marital bed and went and had some fun time before work. Beforehand, super nice, whatever. Could never look at them the same way after that. Learning about that just completely, I just like switched something in my head, and I could not look at them the same way. It was very strange. Gosh, it's none of my business too, which is weird, but it just changed something in how I perceive them, I guess. But anyway, God, that is so awkward and gross and icky. Second week is important for the show. Shows that I began season 3 after season 2 ending and how they ended on their cliffhanger before part 2 of season 3. I kind of like the fact that they released it in parts. Tease the ending a little bit. But I could see how that would be very annoying if you just wanted to watch all the way through. You've never seen this show either? Well, I haven't either. It was on my list to eventually watch, but I'd never got around to it because obviously I started the YouTube thing, and that kind of took over my time, took over all my free time. But yeah, it was on my list. So I do, obviously, as most people know here, I do love period pieces. They are fantastic. The costumes, the music, the drama, the interpersonal relationships. The ending was amazing. It ended with one of the most famous scenes from their book. It was spicy. Ooh. That's a good cliffhanger right there. But yeah, Jace, I totally would watch this show.
See me out.
But if friends is how I get to have you.
Most wretched sonnet indeed.
Lord Byron,
Yeah, I'm
he's
assuming
not.
it's pre-season 3.
Is she calling me wooden?
I do not think so.
I'll be quiet. I did not know you would be here.
Sorry to disappoint. Have you seen Miss Thompson?
About the pain. I'll be silent in the night.
I think we've all been Penelope at one point.
No, not
You
what
know?
you speak.
I believe I know so much more than you, Pen. Of Colin, of the world.
Very
Your
relatable.
love is an unrequited fantasy.
And so we'll be friends.
Should we dance?
No, I'm all danced out for the night.
And
Colin,
I'll be okay.
good luck on your tour.
Definitely a bit shy.
World won't end if you don't love me, even if it feels that
The lady of the hour. Your dreams are grander than you let on, Pen.
I'll be quiet in my pine.
Does something trouble you?
I won't tell you about the pain. I'll be silent.
Bashful is probably a word that I don't use ever, but it kind of flies here.
Just tell you how pretty I thought you looked today.
I'm to escort Miss Featherington to the floor.
I don't know where the
Come with me.
line is, so I'll stay on my side even when
I was just telling Lord Featherington that my interest in his mines was sparked quite naturally when I viewed that exquisite necklace he wore at my brother's wedding.
Was it?
the boundary we used to break
Colin.
before.
Penelope Featherington. We
And so I'll be
are
your
dancing.
best friend. Simple as that.
You courting the girl, Bridgerton?
Pitbull is
Are you
universal,
mad?
though.
I would never dream of courting Penelope Featherington.
Things are the way
Oh, she was in Dairy Girls? Cool.
No, I'll be quiet in my pining. I won't tell you.
Have you ever felt that way? To death? Could only imagine such a thing.
I'll be silent in the night when you text me and ask, hey,
Hey.
are you awake?
This is a great song. Very fitting.
Do not forget to bid Prudence, Philippa, or even Penelope farewell as you go.
Good day, Pen.
Wow. Beautiful edit. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go through it. Some much deserved love. Oh, gosh. I think we all can kind of relate to Penelope. You know, very much a crush or a love or whatever. Acting awkwardly around people you find attractive or you're into, and you're not quite sure how to bring it up or go about it. And, you know, if you do, maybe you get shot down. Well, if you're super unfortunate, you overhear them like joking that never in a million years, you know, whatever Colin said. I can't remember off the top of my head, but definitely hurtful. But I think we can all kind of relate to Penelope being a little awkward, a little intimidated, I guess you could say. It's a very beautiful, blooming relationship there. And I kind of like it. I like it. It's very sweet is a good way to put it. It's very sweet. Let's go ahead and look into more information on this relationship, which is obviously the main relationship of season 3. Pen's dresses in season 1 and season 2 are purposely bad because she gets mistreated by her entire family. Oh, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. One thing I'm kind of interested in is Penelope and Colin's first kiss. A decade passes and neither Penelope nor Colin marry. At age 28, Penelope finds herself a confirmed spinster. Not that she's surprised. Colin at 33 has dodged matchmaking mamas for several seasons, spending most of his time traveling the world. I mean, wouldn't that be great? When they cross paths, they pick right back up where they left off. They get into a fight, however, when Penelope stumbles across his journals and begins reading his surprisingly eloquent travel chronicles. Fight soon subsides into a quiet conversation as Penelope praises his writing. Colin admits that he's tired of being thought of as a charming but not particularly bright. The curse of being super good looking is people think you're dumb. That's unfortunate, obviously. Then one day, much to Colin's surprise, he suddenly realizes that the chemistry between the two of them has changed, and he very much wants to kiss her. That is interesting context. Like, what exactly made him realize that? There is a link here. What does this go to? Bridgerton proves the key to a steamy romance is chemistry, not just the physical stuff. Let's see if we can find anything about those two. Why was that linked? That had nothing to do. That had nothing to do with it. Oh my gosh. Hilarious. Yeah, finding out exactly why he realized or what he realized and how he realized the chemistry had changed, those scenes are probably very important. Meanwhile, Penelope is being hit particularly hard by feelings of loneliness, and in a moment of vulnerability, she asks Colin to kiss her because she doesn't want to die having never been kissed. Well, there you go. Boy, he was looking for an opening, and she literally handed it to him. That is beautiful in every way. You requested one for June? Nice. Awesome. He does as she asks, sending both of them into an emotional tailspin for a little while. Yeah, for her, it's, the guy she's been into, forever. And he actually does it because he has changed. He's realized, oh, wait, things are different. That's incredible. Friends to lovers. Yeah, overhear the end of a conversation Colin is having with his brothers, in which he snaps at them that he would certainly never marry Penelope. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. All right, Bridgerton Season 3, Part 1, ending explained. Spoilers ahead, just a heads up. The first part of Bridgerton Season 3 is now streaming on Netflix, and the beloved regal drama is off to an incredible and steamy start, or spicy, as Luke put it. If you finish the first 4 episodes, read on to dive into the romantic final scene. Oh, boy. Season 3 begins with a heartbroken Penelope, who has just returned from the countryside after hearing Colin tell his friends last season that he would never court her. God, that would be brutal. I don't know if I'd be able to handle that. I'd just run away forever. To make matters worse, she's not speaking to her best friend Eloise, who discovered Penelope's secret identity as Lady Whistledown last season. While Eloise forms an unexpected new friendship with the snobbish Cressida, Penelope decides she's ready to find a husband. That's a big change. This is partly to gain independence from her overbearing mother. Well, there you go. Hey, you got to escape your parents some way, right? Create your own family. 2 idiotic sisters and their lovey-dovey husbands who are preoccupied with conceiving a male heir to inherit the Featherington estate. Most importantly, Pen seeks someone to enable her to continue her double life as Lady Whistledown. Cressida? Okay. I think I said that right. Meanwhile, Colin has returned from his travels abroad, looking more dapper and charismatic than ever. Had a bit of a glow-up, bit of a makeover. Penelope and the other debutantes notice his striking new appearance, but she avoids him, still hurt by his past comments about her. Not surprising. Colin eventually confronts Pen about their friendship, and she reveals the reason for her distance to make amends. Colin offers to help Penelope find a suitable husband this season, and she agrees. Wait, wasn't that the first? Wait, isn't that a typical storyline? Was that season 1 or 2 where they were just like, oh, I'll help you find somebody? Or am I thinking of something else? Or like trying to hide it like it wasn't a thing? Every main lead has glow-ups. Oh my gosh. So season to season, they must just be like really going crazy with glow-ups. Daphne and Simon was fake marriage to falling in love. Gotcha. So Daphne can attract suitors. Ah, okay. All right. To make amends, Colin offers to help Penelope find a suitable husband. He discreetly gives her lessons, but the secret of him helping her spreads when Eloise finds out and tells Cressida. This forces Lady Whistledown, a.k.a. Penelope, to write about the scandal to avoid suspicion. Penelope's courting practice with Colin pays off when she catches the eye of the wealthy Lord Debling, a naturalist with a penchant for vegetables and animals. He is drawn to Penn's genuine personality and honesty, and they both desire a secure and loyal relationship. However, despite their compatibility, it is not rooted in true love. Colin's mission to help Penelope find a husband backfires when he begins to develop feelings for her. Oh, that's funny. These feelings become evident after he shares an innocent kiss with Penelope in the garden when she asks if he could be her first kiss. There you go. Colin starts dreaming about Penelope and watches from afar, jealous as Debling courts her. Season 2 was enemies to lovers, Kate and Anthony. Simon was to make the men jealous, similar, just remove the marriage part. Gotcha. When Colin learns of Debling's plans to propose, he heads to the ball and interrupts the couple while they're dancing. He tells Penelope that she is making a mistake. Oh, that's a big move. That is a big, bold move. And that Debling is not the right man for her. Noticing their heated interaction, Debling suspects there is something more between them, which, how could you not, right? Rosetta, who has taken an interest in Debling herself, confirms his suspicion. What happens at the end? Oh, boy. At the end of part 1, if you do not want spoilers, just skip ahead a couple minutes. At the end of part 1, Bridgerton's 3rd season, Debling tells Penelope he cannot propose to her due to her unresolved romantic feelings towards Colin. Distraught that Colin ruined her proposal, she rushes to her carriage and leaves the ball. Colin runs after her, catches up to her carriage, and forces his way inside. That's when everything heats up between the two. Colin, unable to contain his emotions any longer, pours out his heart to Penelope in a passionate monologue. He confesses that he has been consumed by their first kiss. His feelings so intense that they are like torture. Penelope, equally overwhelmed, admits that she too wants to be so much more than friends. The couple's passionate kiss leads to more as the carriage carries them rockingly towards their neighboring homes. I had the rockingly. That scene was wild. Then the carriage scene proposal happened minutes later, so you had no chance to breathe. That's a bit harsh. Colin actually caught up and asked for a chat. Penelope hesitantly gave him permission to come in if he's silent, but then he let his feelings known. Let's see. When the carriage arrives at the Bridgerton house, Colin suggests they go inside. He then holds out his hand and asks her, "For God's sakes, Penelope Featherington, are you going to marry me or not?" Penelope smiles back at him, but the scene ends before she can give him an answer. Ooh. Now that is interesting. Coughlin and Newton told Netflix's Tudum, that's a hilarious name, off of that sound that Netflix has, that they were delighted that was the moment to conclude part 1. We literally looked back at the script and we went, oh, that's so good. That's so good because there's so much is still to come. What will happen, and then obviously this is just conjecture and, estimations. While the first part of the series focused on Colin and Penelope becoming more than friends, the end of the 4th episode marks a point where everything's about to shift. Showrunner Jess revealed. Second half of episode set to debut is much more tense, thrilling place. Once Penn and Colin move into being a couple, the conflict comes more from the fact that Penelope is holding this giant secret. Right, that's going to be interesting. And also you have Eloise's reaction to these two getting together to come. Sure, that'll be interesting as well. June 13th. Teaser for part 2 is on Netflix right now. Fun fact, when Luke Newton and Nicola were doing the carriage kissing scene, they didn't hear the producers saying stop. They made out for 15 minutes. Oh my God. All right. Well, there you go. Part 2 is going to be interesting. Obviously, the build up there towards the carriage scene was huge. But, hey, welcome to the membership tier. Is that a real alert? I don't even know. I think I set those up. But welcome to the membership tier. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the final reaction video of the stream. This is The Breathtaking World of One Piece. I've heard of One Piece. That's about it. That sound freaked the cat out. I don't even know what sound it was. I didn't even have it playing through my ear, which is probably a bad idea. I should probably have that playing through my ear. But One Piece, I've never heard anything about, so I'm interested in looking up information afterwards, obviously. But let's go ahead and jump into it. The Breathtaking World, so it's got to be good, right? One Piece is so good, and I'm not in on episode 100. The anime is like 1,200 episodes. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. How many years would that take me to catch up on? I don't know. Probably 10. You're in the 700s?
今より24年前、世界はちょうど海賊王ゴールド・ロジャーの処刑に沸き、彼の残した莫大な富、一つなぎの大秘宝、
Oh, that's high praise. One of the best.
ありとあらゆる者たちが海へ漕ぎ出した。大海賊時代の幕開けである。
I'm pretty sure they had some Fortnite skins, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember seeing that in the store.
One Piece を狙うすべての海賊たちが目指すグランドライン後半の海。人呼んで新世界。
Oh, that's great that the original creator was part of it. Oh, that's what I remember hearing it for, was the live action. Yes. I forgot about that. It had a huge buzz. That's what I remember. Lots of swords. I mean, pretty amazing there.
毎年100隻を超える船が霧の中で消息を絶つ。
So I'm assuming this is pirate themed, which honestly makes it more interesting to me. I love anything to do with pirates. Yeah, as long as pirates pursue their dream. Flying Dutchman. That is definitely cool. Wow, it's stunning artwork. Basically, a kid becomes a captain, puts together a crew. The kid has special ability like Mr. Fantastic, Elastigirl. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Excellent concept. I like it. Oh, man. This looks awesome. What I love about this is that in animation, you can literally make those storms that hit them crazy. You can really do it up. It's so much harder with CGI. Because most of the time they're trying to make it look realistic, but with anime, you can just get wild with it. The sunsets are gorgeous. Listen, Avatar: The Last Airbender is two of the best animated. Yeah. World building, art is beautiful. Agreed. It looks stunning. Oh, really? Surprised they haven't gotten sued yet. Then again, if it's a local business, chances of them getting sued are pretty small. They can really go wild on these islands, make them super different. I like the ancient ruins kind of ones. This is an epic edit. This is incredible. Yeah, definitely. I'm just taking note of that. Just like, wow. You can really get super creative with how these different islands look. I think the crew in One Piece, the main one, has 10 members. They are called the Straw Hat Pirates, since the captain, Luffy, has a straw hat. Dang. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original edit. Go throw it some love. That was a fantastic edit. Obviously, there's a lot of content to use with 1,200 or so episodes, but that was beautifully put together. Wow. That looked incredible. Wow. I would say the title of the video, Breathtaking World of One Piece, is accurate. Luffy? Oh, okay. Thanks for the phonetic pronunciation there. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's look into some information so we can find out more about this. This looks incredible. Oh my gosh. One Piece manga series, written and illustrated since 1997. 108 volumes as of March 2024. Follows Luffy and his crew, Straw Hat Pirates, where he explores the Grand Line in search of the mythical treasure known as One Piece in order to become the next king of the pirates. Spawned a media franchise. Let's go ahead and boost the size of text here so it's easier for everyone to read. Anime series began in 1999. Anime series was licensed for 4Kids Entertainment for an English language release in North America in 2004. Before the license was dropped and subsequently acquired by Funimation in 2007. It's received praise for its storytelling, world building, art, characterization, and humor. Made of him a navigator that used to hate pirates, a former pirate hunter who's a swordsman, a chef with great martial art abilities, especially with his legs and more. By December 2023, it had over 500 million copies in circulation in 61 countries and regions worldwide, making it the best-selling manga series in history and the best-selling comic series printed in book volume. That's crazy. Wow. Several volumes have broken publishing records, including highest initial print run of any book in Japan. In 2015 and 2022, One Piece set the Guinness World Record for the most copies published for the same comic book series by a single author. It was a best-selling manga for 11 consecutive years. Oh my God. 2008 to 2018. I grew up with One Piece. It formed a great part of my worldview. That's awesome. That is so cool. It's the only manga that had initial printed volumes of above 3 million continuously for more than 10 years, as well as the only one that achieved more than 1 million copies sold in all of its over 100 published volumes. Wow. Good grief. This is impressive. And the fact that I have basically heard nothing of it until the live action on Netflix. Come on now. Come on now. That's crazy. The world of One Piece is populated by humans and other races such as dwarves, giants, merfolk, fishmen, long-limbed tribes, long-necked people known as the snake-neck tribe, and animal people known as minks. The world is governed by an intercontinental organization known as the World Government, consisting of dozens of member countries. The Navy is the sea military branch of the world government that protects the known seas from pirates and other criminals. Central tension of the series pits the world government and their forces against pirates. Kind of makes sense, right? Series regularly emphasizes moral ambiguity over the label pirate, which includes cruel villains, but also any individual that does not submit to the world government's authoritarian and often morally ambiguous rule. One Piece world also has supernormal characteristics like devil fruits, which are mysterious fruits that grant whoever eats them transformative powers. Another supernatural power is Haki, which grants its users enhanced willpower, observation, and fighting abilities, and is one of the only effective methods of inflicting bodily harm on certain devil fruit users. The world consists of 2 vast oceans divided by a massive mountain range called the Red Line, as we see in this image. There's the mountain range. Let's see. Series focuses on Luffy, a young man made of rubber after unintentionally eating a devil fruit, who sets off on a journey from the East Blue Sea to find the deceased king of pirates, ultimate treasure known as One Piece, take over his pirate title. In an effort to organize his own crew, the Straw Hat Pirates, Luffy rescues and befriends a pirate hunter and swordsman named Zoro, and they head off in search of the titular treasure. They are joined in their journey by Nami, obviously I'm going to butcher most of these names, a money-obsessed thief and navigator, Usopp, a sniper and compulsive liar, and Sanji, an amorous, there we go, amorous but chivalrous cook. They acquire a ship, the Going Merry, later replaced by the Thousand Sunny. Luffy had the gum fruit. The devil fruit gave him his powers, but yeah, like Will said, they would drown in water yet lose the ability to swim. Oh, geez. Devil fruits have a catch, making the user powerless in water. Oh, God. That is not good. When the world is 90% sea and mostly island, it's pretty bad downside. Yeah, I agree. Wow. So Luffy and his crew set out on their adventures. Others join the crew later. Together, they encounter other pirates. Makes sense, right? Bounty hunters, criminal organizations, revolutionaries, secret agents, different types of scientists, soldiers of the morally ambiguous world government, and various other friends and foes as they sail the seas in pursuit of their dreams. That is such a great premise. I love it. Pirates that can't survive in water. Oof. Yeah, big oof. Big oof on that one. Creator's interest in pirates began in his childhood, watching the animated series Vicky the Viking, which inspired him to want to draw a manga series about pirates. There you go. One Piece, for example, the character Marshall Teach is based on, obviously, Edward Teach, a.k.a. Blackbeard. Apart from the history of piracy, Oda's biggest influence is Akira Toriyama and his series Dragon Ball, which is one of his favorite manga. It's also inspired by The Wizard of Oz, claiming not to endure stories where the reward of adventure is the adventure itself, opting for a story where travel is important, but even more important is the goal. To get back home, right? The goal is to get back home. This is a wonderful idea. When creating the devil fruit, Oda thinks of something that would fulfill a human desire. He added that he does not see why he would draw a devil fruit unless the fruit's appearance would entice one to eat it. What a wonderful concept. I love it. Oh my gosh. And obviously people love it. It's sold gazillion of copies. Over 500 million in circulation. And it has apparently crazy records. Those records are insane. But yeah, that's pretty impressive. Wow. Yeah, that just came out, didn't it? The live action. 8 episodes. Two weeks after its release, Netflix renewed it for a second season. I mean, that's pretty good, right? Received positive reviews from critics and fans alike, praising the performances, writing, visual effects, that's important, and general fidelity to the source material, that's good. It's in the journey and the adventure, I think. Yeah. It could be literally nothing or anything, yet people risk their lives. And living your dreams and helping others. What a fantastic concept. I absolutely adore this. Let me go ahead and I want to see some reviews on this. I still have that page of the Swedish eclair basically pulled up. That's hilarious. 8.3 out of 10 on IMDb, 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience score average 95%. So clearly people like it. Wow. That's unbelievable. All critics, 85%. Top critics, ooh, kind of split. 10 fresh, 5 rotten. That's interesting. So of the 9 rotten, 5 of them were from the top critics. Rotten Tomatoes kind of sucks most of the time. I agree. I honestly agree. And haven't they been known to like alter some of these ratings? Like cut the amount of user scores or something like that? Like they get a little crazy with it. Obviously, Rotten Tomatoes is more of a publisher than a platform, I guess you could say. Could have been better in the character building, but it's a good enough live action. It's probably never going to be as good because live action can never live up to anime. With just, I mean, it would have to be so expensive to do some of the stuff, live action. But if you can get it at least close, that's pretty good. It's the same with Bridgerton. They can't include the entire book. Right. Actually, if we look at Bridgerton, audience score, top critics, 81%, all critics, that's a little bit more balanced. Huh. Interesting. What's up with the critics? Why are the top critics so negative on this? That's really odd. That is so strange. Okay, let's stick to the top critics. One of them says, it's too busy balancing its candy-colored aesthetics with its more adult themes. As a result, neither vision really comes out on top. CNN, the legions of existing fans will likely eagerly enlist in this ocean-faring adventure, and who knows, they might find plenty of company. Still, those who just want to see what the fuss is all about will likely be left feeling high and dry. So basically saying if you're a fan of One Piece, you'll love it, and if you're new to it, you might hate it? Is that what that's trying to get across? The deeper we get into the season and the more we learn about each member of the crew, the more One Piece drags, says Rolling Stone. To an even greater extent than the Netflix Cowboy Bebop, the Netflix One Piece feels bland and generic, New York Times. Meanwhile, you have somebody who's like, it's fun, quirky adaptation, and newbies alike deserve. Sweet-spirited adventure to delight your inner child. It's amazing how hot and cold these can be. It really just depends. Okay, can we really get into this? It really just depends on who the critic is, how they've been raised, what their life has been like. Like, they're bringing in so many, like, backstories to their opinions, where if it's somebody who's just negative, or they have a negative experience about this, or maybe they just don't like anime, maybe they, whatever. They have a lot of biases that can come out in their ratings. And a lot of these seem very interesting. Like, clearly, most of the critics are like, this thing is fantastic. And then you just have those that are just like, kind of drags. You think it's quite newbie friendly? Right, Luke. Right. It's very newbie friendly. I watched the live action and made me check out the anime. That's awesome. Yeah, so I don't know. Look, I don't get why some of these critics say this, but perhaps because Netflix confused goofiness with intellectual frivolity, the earnestness that is packed into One Piece threatens to sink the show and overwhelm its tone in its darker moments. So this person's saying it's too goofy. Sanded down version of the story, and while it's perfectly serviceable and entertaining, it lacks the spark and the ingenuity that made the original such a fascinating and timeless piece of fiction. I mean, I guess there will always be people who look at the original work and just won't ever like anything that gets adapted. But I think for the most part, if you're a fan of the original work, you're going to enjoy any sort of adaptation. Some critics don't want to like certain things like adaptations from animation. Yeah, I can see that. More I see these critics, more I think they never watched the anime. Probably. I get not reading the manga, but the anime. I just think the critics don't understand Luffy at all. Well, could be. Could definitely be. And obviously the audience overwhelmingly agrees it's fantastic. So incredible show. Felt like it was a very well-made tribute to the anime. There you go. I think that's a good angle on it. As long as they try to represent it in a good way, you know, because let's be honest, most people that watch that, if it's number one trending and people are talking about it, you're going to get a lot of people that are just like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Like me, I'll check it out. And as long as it's approachable to the normie or the newbie, it should be pretty good. Now, you might sand it down or water it down a little bit. And obviously you're not going to be able to encompass everything in the anime or the manga or whatever. But as long as it's, you know, decently close, I'm sure people will be fine with it. The vast majority of the world is controlled by the world government, as we learned. He's supposed to be goofy, and yes, there is dark moments, but it's the same vibe mostly in the anime. That's good. According to the late Dr. Vegapunk, the world's landmasses are eventually going to sink beneath the sea and disappear from the surface. That's terrifying. Let's see. Because of the abundance of water, the moon's ancient inhabitants referred to the planet as the Blue Star. Always fun to look at trivia. O'Hara's Tree of Knowledge, before its destruction, contained a geocentric model of the world with 6 natural satellites, which presumably includes the world's moon, one of which had a second body orbiting it. The world, as shown in the model, sits at a rough angle of about 24 to 25 degrees. It has been suggested that there are over 20 million islands in the world. Wow. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine having to draw 20 million? Obviously, they're not, but wow. As a manga about pirates, a few islands and landmarks are in the shape of skulls, such as Jaya in the past, Skull Dome, Master's Island. Interesting. O'Hara is destroyed? Oh, okay. What a fascinating freaking world. I like this. I really like this. It's a great concept. And honestly, if I was a kid growing up with this, which I could have been, but if I was a kid growing up with this, I would have absolutely adored this. the fall of the Great Kingdom 800 years ago, 20 kingdoms united to form the world government. Most nations across the world are member nations of the world government, although some nations are completely independent, such as Wano. Mostly it is up to each island to govern their daily affairs, although the Marines are stationed across the world to police the seas, and their authority extends to any member nation of the world government should they be stationed on one. Usually, the world government only gets involved when dealing with a person or event affecting multiple locations. Often world building is huge like this, like Tolkien level stuff. Yeah, exactly. Very cool. I mean, they've certainly had a lot of time to flesh out the world, for sure. The main stretch of land and the Grand Line they travel on is like a cross. Interesting. I gotta say, this is fascinating. I really like it. I really, really like this. Rubber-like abilities. Well, that was awesome. That was great. That's why the world government symbol is also a cross. Makes sense. Wow. All right. That was an amazing amount of information. Seems like a very good show. Obviously a very well-established manga. Dang. I hope everyone enjoyed the videos today. It was very interesting. A lot of shows that Jace, you haven't seen. A lot of shows that I haven't seen, obviously. I hope to see everybody tomorrow. Jace, I'll make you a mod after this is done. Again, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Todd Reacts. Go ahead, head over to the Todd Reacts Plays channel as well. Subscribe there. I've already posted the upcoming live stream for Life is Strange Chapter 4 out of 5, if you're unaware, on there. So you can go ahead and hit notify me if you want to be notified when it goes live. Should be Saturday. And yeah. Follow the Twitch channel if you haven't already. Join the Discord. It is public and free, and you can come hang out. I think there's 56-ish members now, so it's a growing community. Certainly welcome each and every one of you to it. If you're a member on the website or not, you just watch the videos, you watch the streams, come join up. And I do ask some questions on future games and whatnot there, so your opinion does matter. Check out the winter collection of merch. Just over 11 days left before we switch over to summer. Lighter, obviously, clothing, because it's getting hot. It's getting hot out. If you want to request your own videos, head over to toddreacts.com. Sign up for the season or series tiers. That's where you can request videos, and you can check out all the cool perks that come with that. And yeah, I shall see you all tomorrow. Hopefully OBS is functioning tomorrow. It was a little broken today, but I think we figured it out. Will, awesome as always. Luke, thanks for joining. And Jace as well. Thanks for joining Twitch and following. Thanks for all the follows. And we are getting closer to the goal of 100. That's just kind of a starter goal. I don't know. Twitch makes you do these things. So I will see you all tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.